Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is Raspberry Reads. I'm finally getting around to doing a haul video for you. So this video will include all of the books that I've received from Christmas 2025 up until, I guess, today. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think not, well, 10 books. I've got 9 with me that I'd like to share with you. And then you can let me know in the comments if you have any of these books, or if you've read them, or if they're on your TBR. So yeah, let's just get started. So first one is not actually a book to read, but just to give a shout out to my beautiful reading journal that Lucy gave me for Christmas. So this is a papier journal, which is a company in the UK. And it's just got really nice, it's got a really nice layout, so you can give it a mark and sort of put memorable quotes and your final thoughts. So I've been trying to use this book as much as possible to record my thoughts about books before I film videos for you. So I'm really enjoying using it. A couple of other books that I've already shown on my channel, so just to give them quick shout outs, is two Folio Society books. So this is Piranesi, which is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't read this copy in particular yet, but I'm sure I'll get around to rereading Piranesi and enjoy this one. But yeah, beautiful illustrations in it as well. I love a folio edition book. Absolutely beautiful. So there's that one. And then I've also mentioned on my channel before this lovely copy of Hamnet that I got for Valentine's Day. And again, you've got the nice cloth bound editions. Usually they've got the gold gilding on them, and they always have illustrations as well. Let's see if I can find one. Well, anyways, there's the cover page. But yeah, beautiful edition of Hamnet. Again, I haven't read this particular edition, but I did really enjoy reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, and so when I do reread it, I will read this version. Okay, what else do we have? We have this book, which my father-in-law gave to me, is The Silver Sword by Ian Serraillier, which I had not heard of, but apparently this is a children's classic in the UK. So it says, having lost their parents in the chaos of war, Ruth, Edict, and Bronia are left alone to fend for themselves and hide from the Nazis amid the rubble and ruins of their city. They meet a ragged orphan boy, Jan, who treasures a penknife, a silver sword, which was entrusted to him by an escaped prisoner of war. The three children realize that the escapee was their father, the silver sword, a message that he is alive and searching for them. Together with Jan, they begin a dangerous journey across the battlefields of Europe to find their parents. Yeah, so Lucy's father just finished this and said, oh, would you like it? And I said, oh, sure, I haven't read that before. So I'm not sure when I'll get to this, but it's particularly because I'm currently reading The Book Thief, which is a similar is the same time period. So I don't imagine I'll get to this book this year, but in any case, it is now part of my collection. A book that I literally found on the street. So, you know, in the village that I live in, sometimes people put out boxes of books that are free to a new home. And I picked up this Julia Quinn, Everything and the Moon, the Linden Sisters. And so this is the first one in this series, and it's of the author who wrote Bridgerton. I haven't read the Bridgerton books, but I really enjoy the TV series. I don't tend to read romance books like this, but it was free. It needed a new home, so I thought, why not? Plus, I really liked the pink color. So, yeah, who knows when I'll get to this book, but it is now added to my shelf. A book that I got from work, which we have, we do Secret Santa, and then we also do Secret Bunny at Easter. And so my Secret Bunny gave me Invisible Women, Exposing Data Bias in a World Designed for Men by Caroline Criado Perez. And several of my colleagues have read this book and said it was great. And then, you know, they thought, oh, you'd enjoy this. And so I got this bun for my secret bunny from a charity shop. And so this says, imagine a world where your phone is too big for your hand, your doctor prescribes a drug that's wrong for your body. In a car accident, you're 47% more likely to be seriously injured. If any of these sound familiar, chances are you're a woman. From government policy and medical research to technology, workplaces, and the media, Invisible Women reveals how, in a world largely built for and by men, we are systematically ignoring half of the population, often with disastrous consequences. Caroline Criado Perez brings together for the first time an impressive range of case studies, stories, and new research from across the world that illustrate the hidden ways in which women are forgotten and the profound impact this has on us all. Sounds like a book right up my, what's the phrase? Right up my alley, right up my street. So I intend to get to this book this year at some point. I think maybe this will be a summer read. It doesn't scream beach read, but I'd like to get my hands on sort of meatier books, usually non-fiction books, in the summer because I have time off. So yeah, if you've read this or any of the other books I've mentioned so far, please let me know in the comments. Another book that I got for Christmas is a copy of Jane Eyre. So these are the Penguin Clothbound Classics. Yes, Penguin Clothbound Classics. Isn't that beautiful? So I already have a copy of Jane Eyre, which is, I think it's also clothbound, but it's a nice edition. But who doesn't love a Penguin Clothbound Classic, right? Lucy has decided that she is just going to gift me beautiful books to add to my collection, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. So this is a lovely edition of Jane Eyre. I read Jane Eyre not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, so I'm probably not going to get to this particular edition anytime soon, but the next time I read it, then I will probably pick up this one. And then the last one I have to show you today is this tiny book here. And this is The Swiss Family Robinson by Johann Weiss. And this book was given to me by Lucy's parents, who had a box of books from a neighbor, I think. And that neighbor was getting rid of some books and they said, do you want them? And yeah, so I picked this one up. I've not read this Swiss Family Robinson before, but this is the 8th edition of Swiss Family Robinson, which I quite like that about it. It's got the person who previously owned it, his, what do you call these things? That like, is it embossing? The like imprint on the page from his library. And he also has his name on the bottom, and his surname is the same surname as mine, so I feel like it's meant to be in my collection now. So yes, Swiss Family Robinson adding to the collection. And then otherwise, I feel like I am forgetting a few books to add to this pile. There's a few books that I bought or collected for my daughter, which I haven't included in this haul. And I also just finished Cutting for Stone by Abraham Verghese, which was beautiful, and I'll get into that in a different video. But because I'm not going to keep that book, it's a lovely book, but I'm not going to read it again, so I'll just pass it on. So I'm not going to include it in a haul video because it's not really going to be part of my collection. But yes, those are the nine books that I wanted to share with you today. Do you enjoy collecting very nice editions of classics like the ones that I've shown you today? If so, I'd love to hear your comments, especially what particular editions from which publishers you like the most. And I'd also like to hear about which books that you've recently hauled, whether that's like a physical book that you've hauled, or if it's a book maybe that you borrowed from the library that you've been waiting a really long time for. I'd like to hear about those books as well. So yeah, with that being said, this was a short and sweet video, and I will be back soon with a new video. My next video will most likely be my April wrap-up video, so stay tuned for that. And with that being said, I hope you're all well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're reading, and I will see you soon in a new video. Take care. Bye.